Why Web 2.0 technologies to engage today's students? In this session, we're going to look at effective Web 2.0 technologies for education. In the annals of innovation, new ideas are only part of the equation. Execution is just as important. And you think about that in any field, sports, for example. You can have players that practice and have a great game plan, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, any of the major sports. But until those things are executed, those plays are executed, uh, they're just good plays, but they're not executed to bring about the intended result of winning and scoring and so it's the same with what we're doing with education now. Is we can have all these ideas and theories, but we need to execute them as well and integrate those into our courses. And so that's what we're going to show in this session, is some processes of executing these Web 2.0 technologies into courses for students for online learning. By now, most of you are aware of how we are using Voicethread for discussions, but this is a very great tool, Web 2.0 tool, that we're now able to embed within courses using a Voicethread script. And so you all have access to Voicethread and a basic account, which is really, really beneficial. So you can create pretty much an unlimited amount of Voicethreads, which will be really helpful for you as you work through the program and do different presentations and projects. You can go ahead and use Voicethread and do voiceover, upload videos, and even use these for Voicethreads for feedback from participants. Maybe you have a blog or a website that you want to use, or maybe you create a Merlot website, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and you allow that for some discussion as well. And so this is a really neat application, and I'm sure that you all are enjoying it. It's different altogether from the analog, just keyboard typing, but you can have many different forms of posting your comments here with video, audio, texting, that sort of thing. So this is pretty neat. So by now you've seen that I've been able to embed the voice threads within the course on the different modules. And so we had a little bit of a glitch with the voice thread being on not enrolling you automatically until you went and commented on the voice thread underneath the course home site tab there. And so once you did that, then you were automatically enrolled within the voice thread group for this course. And what's great about this is you're able to take these voice threads in and embed them on websites. And so it's great for even for students that are trying to put together a digital portfolio of the things that they've produced and created, and allow for feedback to be posted for them. And you'll see in some of the other courses where we do student-led presentations, and we can use those for discussions and interaction. So it's very versatile, and I think you're going to really enjoy using voice threads if you haven't been exposed to them that much yet. So here's an example of how we can use the voice thread in a Google Plus circle, for example. So if you didn't want to necessarily log in to the eCollege and go through all the clicks, 5 or 6 clicks to get in just to post your comments for the discussion board, you could go in and just hit this link from our Google Plus circle and for this class and make your comments that way, since you're already added to the group. So it's kind of a neat way to be able to have another sort of portal to access the voice threads. And you'll see some other examples of that as you go through your courses, where students have, like I said on this previous slide, embedded them into their web pages and blogs and things like that. So pretty neat. Another really cool Web 2.0 technology is obviously the Google apps. And one of these is that I really like using, and you've all hopefully by now have participated in order to get your Camtasia copy, is the Google form, and using that as a survey. Some of you probably even use these in some of your other courses or even just on your own, but this is a great application of a Web 2.0 to get student feedback on things, in a really unified and simple manner. So Web 2.0 technologies are just, and the great thing about it too is being able to access these on multiple platforms, which we'll look at on the next slide. So what's great about Web 2.0 technologies is most of these, if not all of them, are compatible on smartphone or your tablet devices or other maybe game systems, like even like the PS2 and the Game Boys, things like that. A lot of these are being able to access your Web 2.0 technology. So, for example, like if you wanted to look at Google Plus or Hangouts, or you can do those from a smartphone or the circle that we've created, and even comment, reply to your to the survey form that I put out there. So it's a really neat. And Dropbox is out there as well as an app, a free app. Most of these are free for us to use, and it's a really great technology. And pretty much anywhere you go, it's just ubiquitous in being able to access, as long as you have a connection to the internet, whether it's through Wi-Fi or a 3G cell phone or 4G cell phone service. So these are really great and really making a huge impact on the next generation of learning and opportunities for folks to get access to content. Okay, so here we are finally to Merlot. You've heard me talk a lot about it if you haven't been in one of my courses before and used Merlot, but you will be using it in some of your upcoming courses if you haven't yet. This is a great open education resource developed by the California State University system. And as you see here, we're on the slide that we are a partner institution with Merlot. And as a result, when you join using your Texas A&M University Commerce email account, it will automatically put you in our group. And so you'll be able to be identified with our group. And what's great about it is you'll be able to create some of your projects right within the Merlot system. And these will give you also a web URL. It'll publish it to the web through, and also give you a common Creative Commons license. So if anybody were to replicate or to use your content, would give you recognition as a citation. And so you're going to really like Merlot, and there's also a lot of educational resources on there available for you to pull from and to use for the courses. So this is something we'll look at a little bit more in detail in the next couple slides. This slide here just shows how I've compiled really an Eportfolio of student projects from last summer, the 2011 course that I taught on Intro to Presentation Design, and was able to get the student links to their web pages and put them all in one on like one website here, and just have pretty much basically just an electronic portfolio of what students were able to produce in that class. And so it was really interesting to see the different levels that students were at, and the creativity and the opportunities that students had and took advantage of when they created their own websites on Merlot pertaining to the course. So we'll look at one here in particular on the next slide. So here's one that was done on Fundamentals of Active Engagement course that's in our program, and Jeremiah Ship did a very good job on the 5 Cents Trainer and created different blocks in here and boxes, as well as integrating YouTube videos and other clips from other sources, and just did an outstanding job. Web 2.0 technology has been very effective for helping us to assess our program outcomes as well, and student learning outcomes and competency. So you see here from the Aston model this graphic here, and we've just put in our programmatic outcomes that we want to see. What's important to us are our core values in these different domains. You have your psychological and cognitive and psychological affective and behavioral cognitive and behavioral affective domains. And so where we've come in at is metacognition. We're able to measure that through research papers, obviously through Voicethread, seeing that you're able to analyze, synthesize, evaluate things. Merlot web pages as well. We're going away from the oral comp exam and going to the portfolio model. And so the Eportfolio, so that's going to take over that place, and you'll be able to show your comprehension and work in mastering the program outcomes through your Eportfolio. And then over in the second quadrant there, appreciation of diversity through your journal discussion boards, Class Live Pro, when we use that, Voicethread, and then different assessment surveys that you'll do as you go through your courses. And like I said before, we can use Google Forms and SurveyMonkey and those things to elicit that data through those Web 2.0 applications. And then, of course, in your communication with your oral presentations, as well as your presentations that you may do on Voicethread, but also in other formats, and even creating YouTube pages, YouTube videos, and things like that. And so technological fluency, obviously, that's embedded as well. The different presentations, Merlot web pages, Prezis that you're even doing in this course. And so you see the other two core values, servant leadership and lifelong learning. So these have been very effective tools to Web 2.0 tools to help us to assess the learning outcomes for students. In the next video, I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to just be a little promo video Dr. Waller and I put together, and he uploaded through iMovie. But I just am going to go ahead and embed the movie here on the next slide, so I think you'll enjoy it. And I think you guys are in a great place as students learning about global e-learning and getting a mastery of this subject matter going forward for the workplace. So enjoy it, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next lecture.